Hey everyone, this is Wei with 3D Modeling Hero. So for this video, I'm going to be doing a low poly model of Arnold's face. And the reason I chose this face is because he has very well defined features and it's a little bit easier to see. So the first thing we need to do is to identify, what are his features. So we look at the cut line in the middle, and then this is generally what I'm seeing, his features and how it flows, the major areas that we need to cut in. So if I were to envision how a 3D model would look like over his face, it would be something like this. It doesn't necessarily have to be this way, but this would be kind of a good start as to to define where the flows are and where your major edges are, to make sure you get these lines. So with this image, then we're able to start modeling the low poly model. So starting off, I'm just gonna use a plane again. And since we're only modeling half, what I like to do is just to mirror the other side, and then I put on a separate layer in Maya, and I'll turn off the selection so that I won't be able to select that other side. So from there, I'll just take the plane and I start protruding out shapes. And I'll usually start with the nose just because it protrudes out the most, and it's closer to the center anyways. Or you can start on the cheekbones or the eye sockets. It really doesn't matter. You just gotta pick a spot and go. So I just work on the major edges and just start cutting in those lines first, and then start pulling them into shape. And as you can see, it's really messy. I mean, there's no things aren't aligned right, which is okay because I'm just cutting in the edges. Because once you get the edges correct and the flow correct, then I mean you can easily modify the shapes to to get the correct proportions. Um, Now, if you look at the eyes, what I like to do around the eyes is, where the eyeballs are gonna be. I'll just select that face and I'll just delete it, just so that I can you can see the eyes a little bit clearer. Where the eyes will be, and also those are the areas where you're gonna be extruding your edges inwards, to create the space inside. So you generally do that last anyway. So I just like to delete the face and just get rid of it. So here I'm just cutting in the mouth, and yeah, if you look at it, I mean it's not very accurate, you know, to the reference, but it's okay because this is just laying in the foundations. So now I'm working around the face, starting to make it look a little more like human. So this is almost getting there, and I'm just gonna let this run, and there's gonna be a recap coming up real soon. So here is the model. I cleaned it up a little bit more, and it took about 15 minutes to get to this point. And obviously, it looks still looks pretty bad. But the important thing that we want to get to is we have these lines here, and identifying the major edges and the flow, and we have it here. So that's the important thing. And now it's just a matter of going in there and cutting in more geometries and refining some of the areas and just so that we can fit it to this form a little bit better. Okay, so I took another stab at it and correcting some of the features, and this is what I have so far. Added some details, fixed the proportions, so it's kind of starting to look like Arnold a little bit. The major lines are there again. So I mean, at this point, it's a decent low model. Obviously, there's areas that would need to be fixed if this were like a game model or anything like that. But this would serve as a good foundation for the next level when we're actually putting more start cutting in more detail. So that's it for this demonstration of the low poly modeling on Arnold's face. Please check out my blog at 3dmodelinghero.com, and I hope to have more updates for you soon. I'll see you next time.